where they stopped. I think for the Solomons, they have to forget what happened the last game, and then it's a brand new game. And I think they just have to look forward to this game and improve on. And I'm sure Coach Frank O'Neill will pick up some points that they can improve on as well, Alex.
Yes, so in goals we have Lawrence Samo, who played the whole game last game as well. And George Kenny, Emmanuel Suimai, Adrian Kionimai, Michael Hori, Junior Doropita, Danford Fiumai, who definitely had a good game with a good goal last game. Jack Lakapau, J-Roll Party, Jimson Nabana, and Kevin Kikasi. And for Australia, we've got Cooper Winvest, Miles Milliner, who to me is definitely the leader in the pack here. And a couple of new faces where we'll be mentioning as the game unfolds. But it's the Solomon Islands youth team here with possession here. And early on, taken back by Australia, the captain, Miles Milliner, leading by example. And collected back by Sajad Nasri. Malik on the far side. Center circle, Australia moving the ball well, good pace. Here they come, Max Court rather, who came on as a substitution in the early game. The number 11. Oh, not a good touch here, and here comes Solomon Islands, Jimson Nabana, but blocked by Miles Milliner, who you can tell got a lot of experience for a young fella. That's him on the ball here. Over to the far side, he finds. And yeah, that's a counterpart. Oleg O'Carroll, he came on as a substitution as well. And Australia on the far side here, building play, cutting through, trying to make their way in the 18-yard box. The ball comes in, blocked. Max here to collect. And from the far side, Solomon Islands will be played through Kevin Kikasi. Done for a few more turns. He tries to go back and he wins a foul here. And Henry, so far, pace of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Alex, I think it's a great start of the game. The pace, I think that both sides, you can tell that both sides are going for it. I think it'll be good to see a team that settles down in the ball, with the ball, and calm the nerves for the first 10-15 minutes.
Definitely. And speaking of calm the nerves, that's not a good pass or distribution by Danford, putting pressure on themselves. And Solomon Islands, George Kenny takes it back. This is number 19 with the ball here. Tries to turn, Adrian. Managed to do so, Junior. And Solomon Islands again, losing the ball. That's one play you don't want to lose the ball to. And taken back by George Kenny. Long ball there from the 21. Brings it up play. A throw for Solomon Islands youth team. Deep inside the Australian Joey's half. Build up play from the back here. Here's the number 11, Lakapau, Jack here, taken down. And say, foul in the center circle. That's the captain here, the number 4, Miles Milliner, who just passed the ball over. A late tackle there by J-Roll Party, resulting in a foul. And Henrik, that's something you don't want to do often in a game.
Yeah, not really early in the stage as well. But I think, Gerald Party wants to, one of those, mind games go, hey, I'm here, just letting you know.
Just a wake-up call.
Yeah, something like that, So, but again, yeah, you don't want to do that too many often and get a foul and unnecessary yellow card for that.
And, well, it's a quick restart from the Solomon Islands goalkeeper. And here they come from the far side. Try to build a play. Brings it up on his side, tried to go past the Australian defender here, couldn't do so. And the captain takes it back, Miles Mellina. Goes for the long one here, throws it in. And again, Australia builds a play deep in Solomon Islands half. Here comes Giorgio Hasarari in the 18-yard box. Couldn't control it well. And taken back by Jarol Pati, who loves to dazzle with his skills there. Well done for Fiumai. And perhaps just need to play it more simple and get the ball out as fast as you can. And a long one from Lawrence up. Jameson Abana did not take that one well. And here comes Australia. Oli O'Carroll. He finds Max on the far side. Max just outside the 18-yard box, goes to his right, beats 2 players, 3 player actually. And almost finding Malikia. The official calls for a foul. And Solomon Islands again out of pressure. And thanks to the whistle of the referee. The goalkeeper, Lauren Samo, will restart this one. Inside his 18-yard box. Long one up the field. And Jameson Abana, very strong player. He's contesting well, wins it, pass to Australian player. He comes, trying to go inside the 18-yard box. And Miles Milner, the captain, that will checks. And goes to Gerald Patti. Gerald Patti tries to go for a through ball there. Couldn't connect well. And taken back by Oli. Checks. Decides to go short. And Solomon Islands, Kevin Kigasi fouled. And a free kick for Solomon Islands. Henry, this is looking good for Solomon Islands, having free kick in such areas in the Australian half.
Yeah, no, Alex, I think it's good. I think the energy level, I think I spoke about it in the last game. You know, we would like to see more from the Solomon. I think they're showing it here. But again, you know, it's a 90-minute game, and if they could do that for the whole 90 minutes or 80 minutes, would be good.
And pressure in the 18-yard box for Australia. Solomon Islands U team here putting pressure, and Malik been taken off position here. Not often you say that, but here's Junior Doropitu, or Peter rather, for Solomon Islands, losing the ball back. Malik as well, and characteristically losing the ball here, the number 10 for Australian Joeys. They did have possession here. There's a throw for themselves. They're inside their own half. And over to the reliable Miles Milner, the captain. Oh, Jameson Abana takes this one, checks and tries to go for a shot. And I think it's a foul here. Yes, the referee decides it's a foul. And again, Henry, second free kick deep inside the Australian half.
Yeah, correct, Alex. I think he got a booking for that as well, Nasiri. But again, yeah, Alex, you know, again, it's the persistence that the Solomon boys are having. I think it's something that probably going to cause Australia some bit of a headache as well. The longer they keep doing that, I'm sure that they can come up with, like, you know, half chances as well.
And the man on duty on this one is Gerald Patti. He's actually on the roster for Solomon Kings as well, as one of the young players drafted into the Solomon Kings side. Well, can he elevate himself here with a goal from this free kick? The stage is set for him. It's perfect weather conditions, and he's just got the Australian Joeys defenders as the obstacle between him and the goalkeeper, Gerald Patti. And unfortunately, that was nowhere near. Perhaps need a couple of lessons from you, Henry, from your free kick days.
Mate, yeah, that's a tough one to take. But again, you know, just the confidence that the kid has as well, you know, so there's nothing wrong with that.
And here they come again, the Australian Joeys putting pressure on Solomon Islands. And who else but Giorgio Hasarati. He's a good player, very physical, and played one of a good game in their first leg. He's always there. He's always challenging this Giorgio Hasarati. And here comes Australia, and the deep inside Solomon Islands half. They're still with the possession here. Checks, and Solomon Islands again, good defending there from, I think that's Kevin Kikasi. Jameson Abana tries to steal this one back, and Miles Milner takes this one within his stride. Back again they go. Winston Asperner just outside the center circle. Miles sends a long one here. Tries to find the pocket of space behind Kevin Kikasi. Couldn't utilize it well, and Lawrence Samo takes it back. Danford perhaps didn't read the opposition, was breathing down his back, and now Fraser Brown who comes and make the formidable companion with Miles Milner at the back. The two combination, here they are, straight on your screen, 14 and 4. And ball back to 6, Sergeant Nasri, to Fraser. Miles. And here they come from the middle. Max Court goes past one player, goes past the second, finds Steven. Back, tries to find Max for a written pass. Couldn't do so, but still wins a corner kick. And that's a dangerous place where you don't want the Australian Joes if you are the Solomon Youth team.
Yeah, exactly, Alex. I think, you know, set pieces by any team, you know, against you, it's those moments where, you know, you have concentration level has to be high, you know, especially in set pieces. And with a team like Australia as well, I'm sure they've got something in their pocket that, you know, they'll pick out today.
And standing over it, the second option is Aston Reed. And 10 minutes again, here comes Aston Reed, puts it out back. Miles going for this header here, and they're still competing. Here's Max from the outside 18-yard box, decides to try and beat the Solomon defender, couldn't do so. Kevin Kikasi back, finds the number 18. Who's this? Emmanuel Srimai, who's one of the introduced first starter. Solomon to the far side, Junior Doropita. Got some good skill this one. Jameson Abana tried to put chase here, and Cooper comes up well, takes this one down safely, and restarts it. Fraser on the far side. Australia slowly moving the ball with more composure and confidence, and that's one of their characteristics in the first game as well. Miles to Fraser. Good player this one. He got a lot of composure, coming on as a substitution in the first game. And here's Oli. Still keeps the ball in, and Steven Rujak now goes for a attack here. Finds Max outside the 18-yard box, stands and decides to go. Oh my, what an opportunity there for Australian Joes to perhaps get the lead here. And just couldn't get to the connection here. I think that was the number 20, Giorgio Hazarati. And, I might be wrong, or might be Malik. There's opportunities, Henry. They need to capitalize on it. But they still got a lot of time to play, and especially this corner here. Can they orchestrate something here? Ball curves in, goalkeeper's beaten. And a corner kick again, this one. Yes, it's another corner kick. And that was Lawrence Samuel, the goalkeeper, beaten. And trying to clear was Emmanuel Suimai. And Max Court, very influential player. He knows his way around the attacking third. And always a nuisance for any defender, especially here, the Solomon's defenders. Can Max deliver the first goal here or set up a play here? And no, Lawrence Summer collects the ball from the back, out of field, and will restart play for Solomon Islands. Slowly, the score still locked at 0, and we're 13 minutes into the game. A strong clearance here by a Solomon Island player. I think it's the number 20 on the far side. I have to get it right. I think it was George Kenny. And a free kick again for Solomon Islands, this time in their own half. So both teams testing their defense early. And another push here from Miles on Jameson, Nabana, and Henry. This is another free kick on a very dangerous zone. So, could we see something from this one?
That's correct. Yeah, I think for me as well, Jameson's been causing you know, the problems for the back two centre backs, for example, with his height, with his strength as well. And I think the last two free kicks or the set pieces they have have come from from Jimson, So, but again, another set piece opportunity for the boys. Again, this is a great opportunity. I hope that they can make the most of it as well.
Here's Danford Pumai standing over. Danford going for the first time here, blocked by Reed. Junior Doropita wins a corner kick here. Solomon Islands corner kick. And can they open the score here? Well, they can. Can they do it? And short one here to Kevin Kikasi. And it's an offside here. So these small, silly mistakes, they need to cut it out. And if they are to utilize every particular moment of the game. And a restart here from Australia in their own half. Long ball here. George Kenning competing well. Throw in for Australian Joeys deep inside Solomon Islands youth half. And here they restart again through Sajad Nasari. Brings back play just outside the 18-yard box. Over to Miles. Checks and back to Fraser. The duos at the back here. Miles and Fraser. And here comes 13, Winston Asburner. Brings it back to Malik, who we haven't seen much on the ball here, the number 10, but he's a very influential player. And still game on. A foul here against Solomon Islands team, and unnecessary foul for Solomon Islands, but for Australia, it's definitely what they wanted. Have a set piece deep inside half just to put a little bit of a pressure to the Solomon team here. And restarting well, Miles Milner. Over to Sajid Nasari. Back to Miles. Max. Always confident to take on someone. The number 11 for Australian Joeys. Here is the man we've mentioned earlier, Malik. He's getting his groove on now, but taken back by Solomon Islands, number 7, Junior Doropita. Here comes Jameson Abana chasing, but Fraser equally up to the task here. The battle between the 13 and 14. And this is what you want to see, Henry.
Yeah, exactly.
In such a match.
No, exactly, mate. It's good to see the battle between the two centre backs and the centre forward as well. But again, the more they do it, opportunities will come as well, especially for Jimson as well.
And Australia again, pressure here from Gerald Party. Miles confidently turns the ball back in the opposite direction and goes for the long one here. Awkward take from Kikasi, but he managed to do well. Dunford here, back to Kikasi. Here comes Solomon Islands outside the 18-yard box. Kikasi checks, one man to beat. Decides to find Gerald Party. Not a good first touch by the number 10. And lets him down here. First combination play from Solomon Islands. And unfortunately for them, the touch from Gerald Party was quite heavy. Taken back by Australia. And long ball here. Malik putting chase on this one here. And Lawrence Samo awkwardly clears the ball. And Mark Scott takes it back. One defender, he throws past one in the 18-yard box. Checks back again, Malik! That's the type of finish you want from a number 10. And my, oh my, did he deliver.
Mate, that is great goal there. Again, Max Court, don't leave him one-on-one. That's where he destroys or he causes problems for you. And I think the way Australia play, they kind of isolate the wide players a lot. And I think, that is something that the Solomon players have, or the Solomon team has to be aware of. Especially when Australia is in possession, they cannot lose the wide players, and to concentrate too much on the ball. They have to be aware of where the wide players are. And that's a good example of that, utilizing the wide areas from one side to the other. And I think they do it very well. And when you have a player like, Max Scott, who's very good one-on-one, mate, it's hard to beat, when he's running you at pace.
Definitely, and the way he moves inside the 18-yard box tells the story, and the finish from Malik was just spontaneous. He had a couple of defenders around him, but he was composed and clinical. Can Solomon Islands bounce back here, get the goal perhaps, and try and settle the nerves? And here's Jim Sunabana, still competing here, Jim Sunabana. And in no man's land, actually. There's a lot of Australian Joey's players around him. And here's Max Court again. Oh, beautiful ball! And Lawrence Samo reads it well. But my, oh my, that was a piece of art. Sliced the defense. And 20 minutes into the game, Junior Doropita. Good ball from him. Kevin Kikasi. Kevin Kikasi. Maybe an extra touch too long. There was Jim Sinabana Henry on the far side coming in. Maybe should have gone early on.
Yeah, I think Jimson made himself available there. I think just that extra touch at the end by Kakasi kind of took him a bit too far away. But again, some great play there, great vision as well. From Doropita there to see Kakasi moving in between the gaps.
And Junior Doropita swings this one in, curving ball, and Australia Max Scott back again to defend and to play. Here's a Reed competing well. Taken back by Solomon Islands. Emmanuel Suimai and George Kenny. Pressure here. Collects back as the number 19, Adrian Corney Mai. And I throw for Solomon Islands deep inside Australian half. Can they find one goal here and connect back the game? Throw in for Solomon Islands, Danford Fumai. Kenny, not a good pass by him, back. And they will start play again. Advancing is Emmanuel Suimai. And Max Scott here takes it in his stride, like we say, always wants to go past one player. And he does it with so much grace. Here comes Max, sets it over. Malik on the far side, couldn't get to the end of it. And this is Adrian Kioni Mai coming in to clear the ball. And in the process also wins a throw-in for Solomon Islands inside their own half. Long clearance here, but taken back by Australia. And another throw just inside the own half for Solomon's U team here. Here comes Gerald Patti, finds Danford. Danford checks, decides to try and find, who's this? Kevin Kikasi. And the referee deems it as a foul against the number 8. And Henry, Solomon Islands seem to pick a couple of fouls here.
Yeah, no, I think it's just the energy level and the intensity that they bring. That's probably something that, probably give him those fouls as well. The moment you kind of sit back or pull away from, tackles or challenges, that's where teams run over you as well.
And then when it comes to the front line, the same energy is always rewarding. And here comes Solomon Islands with a long free kick here. Oh, Junior Doropita chasing up this one, but then the official decides it's offside. I think he took off too early. Calls it back, and Australian Joey will restart play again inside their own half. And Sergeant Nasri, who got the duty of the holding midfielder here. Malik goes past 1, 2, still with the ball here. Malik tries to find the space for Max Court, couldn't do so. And here comes Solomon Islands through Michael Hori. Tries to find Junior Doropita. Decides to go for the first time here. And blocks. It's a throw-in for Solomon U team. Junior Doropita. Jimson Abana decides to let it run. Gerald Patti. And Max Court with some good touches from him. Here comes Australia again inside their own half. Brings a play. On this side is Steven Rujak. Checks and decides to play it short. And that's the captain here, all the way up front. The man who usually is at the back keeping the defense here is way up there. Miles Milner. And Australia with a throw deep inside Solomon Islands half. Steven Rujak. Short to Oli O'Carroll. Finds Sajid Nasri. Back to Oli. Max Court puts it in the plate here. And oh! Almost beating Lawrence here on that occasion. But again, Henry, they seem to find all these spaces behind the Solomon defense.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I think it's their possession in front of the goal, and I think the back line, it's quite for me. It's not as what would I say? It's not as not strong, but like more organized as you would want it to be. And then that's where Australia keep finding at the back.
And here comes Malik. And almost dropping to Giorgio Hazarati. Well, it does go to him. Still with the ball here. Try to find Malik. No. It's Reed here. Beats one. Decides to go for a shot here. And might took a deflection on the way. Yes, it does. And another corner kick for Australia. Can they produce their second from this one? They look more likely the side that can score from both teams. Just their clinical finish, it sets them apart here. And Max Court, putting company with him is Aston Reed. Aston Reed to Max, outside the 18-yard box. He swings it over, and maybe just too much weight on that one. And a restart from the Solomon Islands through Lawrence Samo. Michael Horry. Emmanuel Swimai finds Kikasi. And here comes Jameson Abana. First time ball, not a good one from him. And no number of players from the yellow jerseys in the box. Taken back by Cooper. Miles. Fraser. Good combination from these two so far, keeping Australia at bay. Cooper to the man on the captain duty. Here comes Max Court. And good ball from Max to Giorgio. Outside the 18-yard box, goes past one. Giorgio with a strike here. And this time around, Lawrence Samo sets himself up. But Henry, this is too easy. The defense and the forward from Australia, they're making their cuttings and their runnings too easy here.
Yeah, no, I agree, Alex. But I think the main thing that helps as well is the movement. The movement between the players is so good, Alex. I think with the movement that they have, I really like how Rujak, his movements out wide along with Max Court. They seem to understand, what to do when the ball is, where the ball is, especially when it's with the captain. And I think that's the key as well. The Australian movement is so fluid; it's just moving, and that's creating problems for the Solomons backline.
Definitely, and like you can also say, not just their forward, but their defense. They have so much chemistry, and that's why you have a lot of matches together. That's why you play these international friendly matches, to make sure that you have that necessary chemistry between players. And again, they have a throw deep inside the Solomon half. Number 19, Steven Rujak, to take this one here. Max Scott just telling Steven, I'm here. Just give me the ball. Let me do my magic. Over to Fraser. Fraser finds Malik, who needs to get more involved in this game here. He does have the magic touch, this number 10. Again, Australia from the far side. They build play. Still with the ball here. And Solomon Islands again under pressure. And they throw for Australia deep inside the Solomons half. They are not satisfied with one goal. They will try and hunt for another. Georgia tends number 2 here, George Kenny. And a throw again for Australia, deep inside Solomon half. Danford trying to close this one in. Malik takes it back. In fact, it's Junior Doro Peter. Danford now with the ball here. He plays space time, tries to find the pathway for Jameson Abana, but blocked and still got a throw. And I think the referee has signaled for water break. Henry, what are your thoughts so far?
Right, for me, there's there's some good football there. I mentioned just not long ago about the the highlight for me was the fluidity that Australia brings in terms of movement with Stefan Rujak and Max Court on this on the left side. Probably we see a little bit as well on the other side with Ash Burner, going forward. But I think that's one thing I think the Solomon probably need to look at, the wide players and the spaces created. For the Solomons, I think 1-0, 30 minutes gone, mate, there's still more to go. And I think, they still can do it. They can, keep playing, keep getting the ball into dangerous spaces. One thing I noticed is the Australian team seems to play out from the back. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, risk it a bit, step forward, press him high as much as possible, with the last, 20 minutes or 10 minutes to go, Alex.
Well, expertise there from someone who has been in the game, played the game in all situations, and definitely probably the players could have benefited if they listened to us from here. Anyways, it's down to the field, and the respective coaches probably got a couple of minutes or maybe 1 minute just to give some instructions and perhaps some task for the players to try and execute on the match. And so far, Australia 1, Solomon Islands 0, and we're just in around 31 minutes into the game. Can Solomon Islands here, that's Franco Nair, the head coach, probably trying to give last information and instruction here and to command them to try and put more pressure, like Henry mentioned. But the strength of this Australian team is their chemistry. They know who to go and know how to go, attitude and behavior. So it will be very interesting what the men in yellow will try and implement here. But they got a throw here, deep inside Australian half. And we start here, Solomon Islands. Junior Doropita wins a throw. Few more meters deep inside the Australian half. Tries to find Kikasi, couldn't do so. And here comes Malik. Oh, and taken down here. And Malik is not happy. He's not pleased with this one. And the Solomon player knows really well it's just a risky tackle there, Henry.
Yeah. I think he would have lost him there, Malik. He's got some pace, that boy, as well. And again, you give them, that space. He's going to destroy, teams as well with that.
And here comes Australia. Fraser to Miles. Combination from these two have been fruitful so far. And here they build a play. Fraser checks, decides to find Miles and open up space here. Miles decides to run with this one. And Danford closing in Max Court. And Franco Nair shows some glimpse of his skills. Former national player, also played in the beach soccer. Coach, the head coach for Solomon Islands. Well, on that occasion, that's a foul against Giorgio Hazarati. And Solomon Islands again to restart play from the back. Long one here. Again, Reed collects. Goes past one. It's done for their chasing, putting pressure on him. And Reed still moves the ball well. Here comes Jarrell Patti. And couldn't go into the field. In fact, he tries to put the ball past one Australian player. and goes out. And Australia again to restart play. A throw deep inside Solomon Islands half. Steven Rujak decides to change direction, and Sajad Nasri helps him to do so. And here comes Australia in their own half, but still stretching the game. Fraser, Oli, back to Fraser. Little triangles starting to pop here and there. Oh, Miles here almost took a heavy touch. Jimson Abana putting chase, but Miles confident and composed. Jarrell Patti tries to steal this one here. Still try to win the ball here, and the referee signals for a foul against Jarrell Patti. And Australia builds a play from the back. Combination, Fraser. Those are the little triangles I was mentioning earlier. And Solomon Islands thought they had a break here, but a foul brought back. And here comes Australia again. Oli brings it up just outside the 18 box, and Danforth chasing Max Court. Again, good ball from him. Danforth now back to his defender. Here comes Solomon Islands from this side. Not a good ball, and a throw for Australia just inside the Solomon Islands half. They are putting on a confident show here, the Australian Joeys, right in front of the local supporters. Fraser, Malik, one player to beat. Still couldn't do so. Max Court wins it back. Oli again to Max. Then Stanford in and out. Oh, good ball from Max here, but Lawrence Samo off his mark. Gets there in time and starts play immediately. Stanford now playing a holding midfielder's role, and has been quite influential. Not on that occasion, not a good pass, in fact, to him. Here comes Oli to Naseri. Oh, good short touches here. Australia trying to find momentum, and that's what they are capable of, Henry, those short touches.
Yeah, no, exactly, Alex. I think, the combined play has been one of their strengths as well, Australia. Keeping the position is very good as well, but again, when they combine play, they look very dangerous.
And Junior Doropita. Solomon Islands clears the ball, but again, back in play. Australia wins a throw deep inside Solomon Islands half. And Giorgio Hazarati putting on a little bit of competition for the ball, but again, a goal kick for Solomon Islands to be taken by Lawrence Samo. Over to Michael Hori. Finds Emmanuel Suimai. Tries to go for a short pass here. Danforth Fumai tries to close it well. The names almost sound the same. Fumai and Suimai. And Jarrell Patti tries to go past Steven. Couldn't do so. Here's Reed. Checks. Danforth putting chase on him. And Max Court. Tries to go past one. Back to Steven. Rujak goes back to Miles, over to Sajad Nasri, finds Fraser. Oli tries to dink the ball past the defense. Couldn't do so, but he wins it back. Still with it, turns well. Oli in control here, the number 22. Australia moving the ball more in confidence here. Good ball from the number 6. Here comes Australia from the far side. Malikia, and puts it over the crossbar. And again, Henry, this is the glimpse of how coordinated and well executed the attack from Australia.
Yeah, that's correct, Alex. I think one thing as well is patience. I think they've got so much patience in them, these young boys as well, when they build out of play. And they know the gap's going to happen. There's going to be spaces available. So, keeping the ball with purpose is the key here with the Australian team as well.
And here they come again. Reed decides to play it into space. Max Court. Steven takes it back for Solomon Islands. It's the number 5, Michael Hori. Long ball in here. Junior Doropita turns well. He goes past Winston Asburner. Not a good delivery from him. And again, Australia stay with the ball position here. And a throw for them, the Australian Joeys, just inside their own half. Good turnout from the local supporters today, Henry. Everyone here to support football. And it's been a while since we had a international fixture.
Yeah, correct, Alex. I think it's good, good to be here as well. Thanks you again to PacificAus Sports for giving us this opportunity to have an international in the first month of the year, 2026, and what a way to open the year, Alex.
I'm looking forward to 2026. What will happen? And here comes another ball from Reed. Perhaps try to thread a needle here. And it's rewarding. There's a corner kick here for Australian Joey's team. And another opportunity to extend the lead here. We're 40 minutes into the game and 5 minutes away from the normal first half regular time. Can Australia extend their lead here? They got all the ingredients, probably the recipe as well, but can they deliver the final cook? Here comes Australia. Reed swings it up high. Miles Milner almost had it, but the Solomon Islands defense here, Kikasi turns past one, sends it at the back of the referee, and the referee decides to go for a bounce ball here. Rightfully so. Good decision from the referee. Could have opted to go for an advantage, but that was much more appealing and right to do so. Kevin Kikasi goes past one. Tries to find Gerald Party, couldn't do so. Danford closing in, and foul against Danford Fiumai. And Australia again will restart. Just a free kick inside their own half. The captain, that's the man on the screen here. And now it's Sajad Nasri. Oh, good ball from him, trying to go past defenders in the middle. And the referee decides to say free kick for Solomon Islands inside their own half. And Danford Fiumai had a good game so far. He's playing more holding midfielder, so he's much more disciplined not to go further up the pack. And yeah, he's created 2 chances with a good through ball. But now they're coming back again. Junior Doropita checks. Decides to find the far side. Solomon Islands in the 18-yard box. Jameson Abala trying to make himself space here. Couldn't do so. Here comes Malik for Australian Joeys on his own side. Past the halfway line. Malik goes past almost the second player here. It was number 2, George Kenny. But George Kenny was much more aware to his movements and decides to stop the attack here for Australia. But they got a throw here. Coming in. Solomon Islands through their number 19, Adrian Kionimai. Wins it back, but also gives a throw for Australia. Australia now. Giorgio Hazarati steady himself up. 2 players around him. And a throw for Solomon Islands. Not to the liking of Giorgio, who thought he must be fouled. Well, the referee sees it on a different perspective. Here comes Junior Doropita. Still Junior Doropita. Junior Doropita. 3 players going past 3 players. Junior Doropita still there trying to find the goal pass, and Australia take it back. Referee decides to go for an advantage. And this time around, that's a heavy tackle there from the number 19, Adrian Kionimai. And the captain wasn't having anything. He was very disappointed perhaps, and made his frustration known. A little bit of drama here, Henry.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the youngsters.
Mate. Yeah, a bit of energy coming in there. Some heavy challenges there, and that is one of them. But again, it's something that comes with the game as well. Emotions are high, everyone flying in as well.
And we're just approaching the end of the regular 45 minutes. We'll be having 3 minutes of additional time, Henry, according to our technical staff. And yes, speaking of the technical staff, I might go and grab a coffee at the halftime with the technical staff. And here comes Australia. Build up play from the side. Oli. Oh, there's a Max Court who outclassed the number 18 for Solomon. It has the 18 box. Trying to go past one. Reed here collects well. Decides to go back to Steven. Back to Reed. Solomon Islands with numbers in here. And number 2, George Kenny, was the one responsible for not letting Australia go and score. Well, there you are, 3 minutes of additional minutes. Well, the technical guys, they know their stuff. It's good to have them, trustworthy. And a corner kick for Australia again. Seemed to me like they've been having a lot of corner kicks here, Henry. Who knows, one of these corner kicks might just go in there. Max Court. Reed. Out the 18 box. Tried to go past Danford a few miles. Couldn't do so. Not a good fist touch here from the number 5, Michael. Reed here tries to go again. Brings play in the 18 box. And the referee decides now it's a goal kick. Lawrence Samo. To restart this one. He goes for the long one across field to his defender. Michael. What a good pass from, well, maybe the pass is all right, but players aren't there to collect. Malik outside the 18 box. Number 10 for Australia. Beats one player. And perhaps got caught there. And he's in discomfort. He's going down outside. And just having a couple of stretches. Solomon Islands to restart play. The play has gone outside the field, so game can continue. Jimson Abana. Miles again wins this one here. Gerald Patti. Miles Milner, the captain. Now almost playing like a midfielder here. There you go. They on the bottom of the screen. That's him again. Receives pass here and probably enjoying himself here. The number 4, Henry.
Mate, he's going forward, eh? Like, but that's the thing as well. Like, he's a leader. You can tell. The way he plays. He put his body on the line, and yeah, he just leads by example. When you talk about people that leads by example, number 4. There you go.
Definitely. And for those of you watching, especially if you're one of the fellow young players out there, that's the type of player you want to be. And here comes Solomon Islands again. Australia take it back through Steven Rujak. Checks and decides to just try and curve the dink here. Couldn't do so, but he wins a throw deep inside Solomon Islands half. Can they get one goal here and add to the existing one? And just perhaps put the goal out of reach for Solomon Islands. Reed. Oh. Try to Aston Reed, was it? And Solomon Islands again restarting play through Lawrence Samo. Quickly up to Michael, who brings it up. Rather, it's George Kenny early on. Here comes Solomon Islands from the far side. Checks. And decides to go back. Michael Kenny. And the referee, Timothy, decides that's enough. We need a break. And Henry, just your overview of the game so far.
For me, I think for the Australian side, probably they'll be happy with the goal ahead. Have some breather in there. For the Solomons team, I'm sure they'll be happy as well. I would say in patches, if their game plan was to go and limit Australia from scoring more goals, then probably they'll be happy with that. Going into the break at 1-0. There's more to come at second half as well.
Well, it's a beautiful weather here at the National Stadium here. We are graced with a lot of different colors. But the one in obviously is the Solomon colours, the yellow, and a mixture of local supporters here. And yes, Henry and I will be keeping you with more commentary in the second half. But for now, we'll go for a break, and perhaps I can catch my coffee with the technical team. I will be back for the second half. Welcome back to the National Stadium here in Honiara, Solomon Islands, as we get set for the second half of this international youth-friendly. At the break, it's the Australian Joeys leading 1-0 against the Solomon Islands youth team. The host showed plenty of heart in the opening half and will be looking to lift the tempo, apply pressure, and find a way back into this match in front of their home crowd at the National Stadium. This international friendly is made possible through the PacificAus Sports Partnership, continuing to strengthening sporting ties and youth development across the Pacific. Stay with us. The second half is about to get underway, and with me in the commentary box is the experienced and former national player for Solomon Islands, Henry Farrodo Jr.
Thank you very much, Alex. Second half, I think we're expecting a bit more entertainment into it as well. Not that the first half has no entertainment, but again, it's going to be a lot of energy coming into the first 10-15 minutes, Alex.
And we've had the game underway with Australia, the kickoff here, and already they're in the attack here. Australia through their front man here, the number 13. I think he's one of the influential players in the first half, Winston Asburner. Wins a corner kick here for Australia, deep inside their own half. The Solomon Islands need to defend well inside their own half. But for Australia, this is an opportunity to extend the lead, especially when you just restarted game here. Max Court tries to go past Danford Fiumai. Again, Reed, Aston, first time here, turns well. Oh, a shot coming in from Ollie, didn't take it really cleanly. And so Lawrence Samo of Solomon Islands goes for a long one here, taken back by Miles. And Solomon Islands from the far side here, it's Kevin Kikasi who wins a throw just inside their own half. Will be taken by Emmanuel Suimai. Gerald Patti back to Suimai. Finding Michael here. Over to George Kenny. And here they come from the back. Danford Fiumai. Jimson Abana. Here comes Junior Doropita. Jimson Abana tries to go past one, couldn't do so. A throw for Solomon Islands inside the Australian half. Danford with a quick touch back to the Jimson Abana, progressing well on the front here. Taken back by Giorgio Lazarati. And here comes Solomon Islands through Jimson Abana. Clears well the number 6 and Sergeant Nasari. Max Court, he's everywhere, man, this one. He goes past 3 players. Still Max Court brings up play. Australia with numbers in the box here. Goalkeeper Lawrence. Max Court's almost beating him here, but Lawrence Samo decides, no, I'm the man who's going to take this one here. And Miles Milner takes the ball back for Australia. Again, a very positive Miles Milner here. Always loves to run with the ball here. He's got himself on side. Here comes Miles going in the 18-yard box. Where's the ball? And, oh my, who's this? The number 17, Joey Sikora. And Solomon Islands again relieved from that pressure. And Australia, Danford Fiumai brings up play, checks. Oh, good ball from Danford Fiumai. Maybe the vision is there, perhaps just not to his 100% accuracy, but Henry, that's some good vision from Danford Fiumai.
Yeah, no, exactly, Alex. You can see his head just tilted a little bit. He saw that run over there on the far end, and yeah, that's great vision as well. So, and like I think for me, Danford has been the standout as well. He carried on from last week, the last game as well. So that is good to see as well.
Well, speaking of Danford, he got a duty here to cover this man here, and he does well. And again, Australia, they win a foul here. So it's an offside. So the player was on an offside position when he came back and got the ball. And George Kenny to restart play. Can Solomon Islands get 1 goal back here? Jameson Abana and Junior Doropita both trying their best to get to the end of this one. But again, the cool and composed Cooper Winvest quickly takes this one back here. And Fraser over to Sajad, to Miles Milner. And here comes the danger man. Max Court. Almost find Georgie here. George with the ball! And didn't quite got the end of it. I think it's a deflection of the goalkeeper, Lawrence Samo. And a corner kick here for Australia. Henry, good game so far. I think both teams are equal. What's your thought?
I think, as I've expected, you know, the first 10, 15 minutes, there's going to be a lot of energy. And talking about energy, I think Max Court, the name, he's been lively for the Socceroos so far. And he's been causing a bit of a trouble as well in this game, as much as, the game concerned as well.
And that's him here to deliver this ball in. Max Court. He will send this one in. He grabs it well. Georgia going up. Ball comes in. Two players. Ollie with the rebound here. Clarence coming in, still in the 18-yard box. And Pastor Reed sets himself up. He's still with the ball here. And that's definitely a foul there from the number 19, Adrian Kioni-Mai. Especially, I think it was Aston Reed who was with possession of the ball. And out of the blue comes Adrian. And good call from the referee. But again, Solomon Islands need to be more concerned of the way they tackle, especially in such areas, Henry.
Yeah, no, exactly, Alex. You know, and I think while we're here, I think this has changed as well. I think Joey Sinkor has come in for the probably injured Malik, number 10. So yeah, we're seeing Sinkora here now. You know, like for like change as well, I think.
Definitely, Malik was nursing an injury, and you can see from the side as well. Well, here's Giorgio with an opportunity to. Oh, he chips in and probably just to put pressure here. Oh, Reed almost getting to the end of this one. And I throw in for Australia deep inside the Solomon Islands half. Can they produce another goal here? And the man who's everywhere so far, Miles Milner, to take this one. And the captain as well. Goes for a long one here. Dunford clears well. Good clearance too. Almost finding Jameson Abana. Junior Doropita. Gerald Party goes up. Couldn't get the ball. And taken back by Stephen Rujak on defending duties. Here comes the number 17, Joey Sikora. Tries to find the pathway for Giorgio.
Yeah. I think for me at the moment, Alex, I think with the Solomon Islands team playing, with more energy, playing with more purpose, I think, they could find themselves, grabbing an opportunity. I think one opportunity that would make a change as well in this game as well for either team.
And speaking of opportunities, here they come on the attack. Solomon Islands. And again, equally up to the task is the defense for Australia. And this man here, he is a clever player, Aston Reed. And here comes Australia from the back. They build play. Oh, they inside the 8-yard box, going for a first-time shot, and Max Scott. Good hit from him, but Lawrence Samo on this occasion say, no, I am here. And ball comes in, good one, finds Junior Doropita. One play to beat, going for a shot here, and wide, well, not wide actually, just over the crossbar. Perhaps Henry, Solomon Islands might just now try it and see those opening channels where they can probably get something back here.
Yeah, you see how excited those bench are as well, how close they are. But I think Doropita could have, taken a bit more time on it. I think there's Jimson there as well, a bit more confident on the ball there. Probably just a bit of rush in the head, you know. But again, you know, those are the moments that you, as a young kid, you learn from as well. So he's got himself in a good positions as well, which is good to see.
Combination plays so far started to work here. And here comes Jarrell Patti. 1-2 players beaten, almost trying to go past Winston. Couldn't do so, but still wins a throw. And Solomon Islands again with the ball here inside the Australian half. Junior Doropita goes past 1-6 and decides to swing at it. Jimson Rapara rising up to the occasion here, but not so much power behind it. And not enough to disturb Cooper Winvest. But I think Miles got a knock on this occasion. And he's down. And he's showing his leg here. And concerns for the captain, Miles Milner, who I believe had a very good game so far, Henry.
Yeah, no, exactly. He has been, you know, one, being the leader, leading by example. And I think, yeah, he's probably one of the standout players for the Joeys in this game so far. You know, you find him at the front as well, you know, tracking back. He's got so much energy, that kid as well. So, but as you can see, probably that's why. I think he's got a bit of cramp there. Probably all the running and stuff as well. Kind of probably helped with the cramping.
So there's substitution now, and Sajid Nasri making way for Marcus Savic, who had a good game when he came on the first one, and perhaps needed more minutes, so this could be his time. And also Solomon Islands with a couple of introductions here, and one in particularly. So a moment to take a break, and a couple of instructions here. And on the screen, that's Thibaut Noge, former national goalkeeper. And he's with the coaching duty alongside Franco Ne for this Solomon Islands U team. And so they got a task on their hands, perhaps try to motivate and also aware the boys that they got opportunities, they need to take it and get back on the score sheet as soon as possible. I think that's the night from Miles Milner. I think he is called to give the responsibility over to Marcus Savic, who is a defender as well, and he was the combination with Fraser. So it's not a new combination here. They both played together last night, Henry, Fraser and Marcus. So I think Miles just making way for him to come on.
Yeah, that's correct, Alex. So it's like for like substitute as well. And also, as you can see, Alex, there's substitutions for Solomon Islands as well.
They're bringing in Ben Filia, and so a couple of very promising prospects here from the Solomon Youth team. And yeah, thank you to PacificAus Sports Partnership in enabling us to have such international. Oh! Jimson Abara steals this one right from the goalkeeper's toes. And I think this just evidently might just motivate them to try and get something back in this game here. Probably loss of concentration from the Australian defense. That's not something you usually characterize.
Yeah, no, exactly, Alex. You know, I think, but we mentioned it at the start as well. How about if, like, you know, Solomons can apply some pressure, you know, and that's what happened. You know, when you, you know, put the foot down, you know, apply some pressure. You know, being in possession for too long is you know, it's, you know, you get on the comfort zone sometimes as well, and I think that's the thing as well. Maybe a bit too comfortable there from the keeper, and then that's what happens. But I think that's going to spur on the Joeys as well.
Well, it's 1-1. It's game on, and if one team is to get another one here, it will definitely be a strong and competitive ending to this game. Giorgio tries to find Reed, Junior Doropita. Kennedy. Introduced player tries to find Danford. Danford this time around didn't got the ball. Oh, good 10 from Max Court. And here comes Kennedy, who's one of the newly introduced player. And just a moment where he decides to slow the ball down, and almost catching him there was the number 17, Joey Sikora. And a couple of positive stuff from the Solomon Islands U team. Danford Fumai finds Junior Doropita, brings it on the halfway. Junior still going with the ball here, decides to play it now. And again, a throw in for Solomon Islands, just inside the Australian half. Can they spring something here in front of the local supporters here? Jameson Abana. But this time around, the referee decides it's a foul against him. A foul that will definitely cut the attacking spirits of the Solomon team, and taken back swiftly by the Australian side. Here they come from the side here. Winston decides to go back in. He checks and decides not to pass the ball. Still with the ball here, Winston, almost covering the whole field. And here comes Mark Scott, always looking to see where he can exploit. And Solomon Islands now back in control. And here comes Solomon Islands. Jarrell Patti dazzles with his leg here. Jarrell Patti brings up play, decides to go past one, and maybe too much. Should have passed it. But again, Solomon's still in possession. And here they come. Australia, they'll be patient. They know when to pick their moment. And perhaps just need to slow things down. And that's exactly what they're doing now. Try to take the sting out of the game here. Jameson Abana putting pressure here. But again, Fraser, cool and consistent. He turns well. Maybe Danford wasn't ready for that one. And Cooper takes it back. Australia probably slowly realizing that the momentum has shifted into the yellow favor. Junior again, good ball coming in the 18th box. Can he finish? Oh, what a miss. Henry, what a miss.
Yeah, Alex, you know, you could have, as a striker, you should have put that away, you know, in front of goal. Probably, you know, wrong-footed, but again, great work. I think for me, Doropita has been outstanding this second half. He's been causing a lot of problems for the Joey's defenders, running at them and keeping the ball well as well.
And speaking of outstanding performance, that's one player, the number 11 for Australia. He's been phenomenal, this Max Court, and definitely Danford Fumai got a task at his hand to try and contain such player here. Lawrence Summer goes for the long one. Jameson Abam raising from the back here too, putting chase, but that's a foul against him. And Australia again in the center circle. They bring up play through Reed on the far side, and oh, stolen back by Solomon Islands player, but here comes Max Scott, and referee decides it's a foul against the number 23. Well, actually against number 11. And you can tell the momentum is definitely on the local supporters team, which is the home team. But can they produce the outcome? That's what everyone is waiting for. Lawrence Samo, long one in. Jameson Abana between two players, he rose. And General Patti looking for where the ball is, but taken back by Steven General Pato. Here comes Jameson Abana, going for the first time shot here. taken back. Solomon Islands, Max caught now. He's a fast player, that's him with his pace here. And sends Giorgio. Giorgio goes past one, and this time around the referee pulls a card out of his pocket. It's a foul and a yellow card for George Kenny. Wow, this is quite interesting here, Henry. When you are under pressure and you have players like Max Court who can just out of nowhere spring something of such attack, that's definitely what you want in a team.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think that's something that probably, you know, Carl Viet for the Joeys know as well in what he's got with Max, you know, especially in the transition, you know. Solomon Islands went to the one end, and then on that transition, that is where the player like Max are very dangerous as well, you know, running at defenders and causing problems, and even playing passes that, you know, the likes of Hazarati can run onto as well.
Can Giorgio Hazarati, can he harass the Solomon's defense and orchestrate something from this? Can he be the one to put things into perspective here for Australia? A moment of brilliance from him might just did a scoreline that they would enjoy in the next couple of seconds. Giorgio Hazarati and Lawrence Samo equally up to the task, taking it confidently, and a long one from him. Jameson Ambana coming in, two defenders in the front. He takes this one, he checks, he decides to go back, and first time ball here to no one. Not too sure who he was thinking of finding. And Australia again, scary moment for them, but they have taken it into confidence. Long switch here, trying to find Reed, couldn't do so. And Kennedy now putting chase on this one here. 66 minutes into the game here. Kennedy going across, trying to find Gerald Party. Couldn't do so, and he tries to win it back. And again, a throw in for Solomon Islands, deep inside Australian half. Here they come, the men in yellow. Used to be identified as the Brazilians of the Pacific, with their colors especially, and a couple of the Jimson Abana! Oh, the ball drops just behind him, and perhaps he didn't see that one. He was looking towards the other player, but the ball was behind him. And Solomon Islands are smelling goal here. They are sniffing it. But can they actually taste it? That's the only step left, I would say. Here is a corner kick. Ball comes in quite far from the goal here. Strike coming in. Jameson Abana again. Take this one down. Junior Doropita. And all of them looking for the ball, trying to get it out. Giorgio also back doing defensive duty. Kennedy, Reed go past him. Here comes Solomon Islands. And just not enough to get the ball back. But quite the exciting player here, the number 7 down on your screen here. Remember that name, Junior Doropita. And for this man here, is no stranger. He's been phenomenal in their early minutes encounter. Danford Fumai to Junior Doropita. Wins a throw this time around. Inside the Australian half. He left it for, who's this? That number 21. And a throw again for Solomon Islands, deep inside the Australian half. Jameson Abana, not too sure who he meant that ball for, but Gerald Party collects it well, almost going past one. And here comes Australia inside their own half. Almost taken back by the Solomon winger. Now Australia again builds a play from the far side. Here they come, only one striker in here. Georgia turns, checks, decides to go to the danger man here. Max Court, he checks to his right, inside, squares it back, but number 2, George Kenny, was the obstacle between him and the goal. A corner kick for Australia, Henry.
Yeah, nah, Alex, another, you know, it's pretty much end-to-end stuff here. But again, the transition game has been good so far, especially for the Joeys. And especially they just look so dangerous every time in that attacking transition when they go forward.
Here comes Australia again. Oh, beautiful header there by Giorgio Lazzarati. He found himself in a spot unmarked, and he did nothing wrong except he executed on point and on target. And he's been one of the person I've been mentioning a lot in the game, Giorgio Lazzarati. Well, that's a goal rewarding for him, Henry.
Yeah, nah, I think he deserved it. I think he's been running behind the lines for most of the game. He's been making lots of... it's hard work as well, you know, for number 9.
Being substituted now, so that's definitely a game to behold. You just scored a goal and then you have your breather.
Yeah, all good stuff to him as well. I think he's been strong up as well. He tussled well with the centre backs, as you can see earlier on in the first half, you know. So I think, yeah, I think he did well since he's been on.
And here comes Solomon Islands now trailing again by a goal down. They need to find something here to get back into play. And here comes Australia. Got fresh legs here. Now Max Court can perhaps guide him with a fresh couple of assistants from his newly introduced teammates. An offside against Jameson Abana, quickly taken. Australia through Joey Sikora inside the edge of the box. He checks George Kenny this time around. Takes it back. Kennedy goes past one. Junior Doropita. Back to Jameson Abana. Tense. And here comes Jameson Abana. There's 2 defenders in front of him. He decides to just send the ball. No one there. And lacking is the final ball here from Jameson Abana. Such a physical player, but probably not on his cards to be that precise. And maybe after this experience, he might need to work on it. But here comes Australia in Solomon Islands' half. Going past the player, Steven Rujak. Tries to find the number 9. Taken back by 21. He just came on. Corey Da Cruz, but played a phenomenal role in the first game. Exciting player. Plays like a number 10. And Max Court again on this side here. Takes it back. Header coming in. Still playing motion. And the goalkeeper, Lawrence Samo, this time around, takes it back. Finds Kennedy. Kennedy checks, looks up and decides to play it back to George Kenny. Got a good first touch from Kevin Kikasi. And the number 9 here. Look, a going for a strike here. Hit the crossbar. There was a look at a Luca, who had a phenomenal game in the first one. I think he scored a couple of goals. Danford competing well. And foul against Fiumai. And another set piece here, Henry.
Yeah, I think, Alex, for me, I think the last 2 or 3 minutes, I think it's been the Joeys have piled on the pressure before the goal, and then now after the goal that they scored, I think it's kind of spurred them on as well. But again, for the Solomon boys, they have to keep going. It's not much of a difference, you know, in terms of, you know, scoring opportunities. Who can score with Jameson Abana there, hustling and all that stuff? They can grab one back as well. So for us, the Solomon Islands need to keep going now.
And their momentum to try and get one back might be denied by this free kick here. And yes, the referee saw it well. A little bit of push here. And Solomon Islands will have an opportunity to get back into the game here. Laurent Samo tries to find Gerald Party. Not much happening there. And again, taken back by Oli, who almost finds Luke on this occasion, but an offside call. Kenny goes to find Gerald Patti and still waiting for the ball, while Australia almost brings up another attack here. Solomon Islands now with the ball through Kikasi. Checks, decides to find Gerald Patti. Jimson Abana also putting chase here, almost going past the assistant captain, I would say, the number 2, Marcus Savic, who takes on the captain's duty after Miles Milner taken out. Danford, good turn from him. Junior Doropito, Danford again. Ideas there. Perhaps just polish the execution. And speaking of execution, here's someone who executes well. Max again, brother. Wow, good ball by Max, and that's a penalty. That's a penalty, and my oh my, Henry. We've talked about him throughout the game. He just does what he wants.
Yeah, exactly, Alex. He's been like a menace for the Solomons back four, eh? You know, his movement, with pace as well. And I think, for defenders, that's the worst thing you want. An attacker who runs at you with pace and all that stuff. And a good example is right there. One-on-one situation in the box, a little bit of step over, and mate, I think he has been, very influential for the Joeys today, Alex.
Yes, the 17-year-old Max scored. If you're a follower of football in Australia, remember that name. Well, he's on the platform now, and just Lawrence Samo against him to put his name on the score sheet. Max Court. Can he convert? Oh my goodness. What a save, Henry. That is some save.
Yeah, Alex. That just keeps the Solomon team in the game still, and that will probably stir them on as well. But again, the keeper has to do a job, and I think he did his job there.
And just when the storybook was writing a chapter for Max Squad, Lawrence Samo decides to write his own. And here comes Solomon Islands through Kevin Kikasi. And the Corey, he's quite, the Cruz rather, Corey, the Cruz, he's a very fast player. But Solomon Islands now got the opportunity to try and find their momentum. Junior Doropita, the crowd's loving it. He sends the ball over, and maybe too much. And again, Australia can settle down. They can start play from the back. So far, Henry, this is end-to-end match.
Yeah, no, exactly. I agree, Alex. I think I remember, we talk about energy and stuff, and I think, there is energy from both teams, and that's good to see, I think Solomon Islands have their, momentum that goes into it. Australia have their patches as well that, they have it as well. So I think, in a way, both teams are giving it everything that they have.
And we're lucky to be here to support, to enjoy this game. Thank you to PacificAus Sports Partnership in making this possible. And we've been treated to a very entertaining match, and one where Solomon Islands against Australia. And this is youth level football, and the grounds, the weather, everything is pointing out to a fantastic finish here, Henry. Just perfect weather today. Usually you have a lot of showers, or sometimes it gets quite hot. Today is just the right temperature.
Yeah, I agree, Alex. I think looking at the schedule, it's like 4 p.m. and in Solomon Islands time, I was like, ooh, it's going to be a hot one here. And I was thinking about the Joeys, about how they're going to, have a plan for the heat. But then I rocked up here, and it was really cool. There's a bit of breeze as well, and the cloud just covers the bit of the sun. And I think, in a way, it's perfect for football. I love it.
And I've spoken to a couple of the Joey's players earlier on the week, and they say they love the humidity here as opposed to Australia. So it's good to see a lot of the players enjoying not just football, but also the other aspect of Solomon Islands as well. And yeah, we're back at the game. Australia 2, Solomon Islands 1, and we're 79 minutes, almost 80 minutes into the game. Yeah, when it comes to 80 minutes, you know, there's only 10 more minutes left of regular time. There'll be a couple of additional minutes, but I'll leave that to our technical team to perhaps get it on time, like they did in the first half, which is greatly appreciated. Well, Solomon Islands, can they bring back something from this? Their goalkeeper, Lawrence Samo, made an excellent save to get them back here, but here comes Australia. From the far side, they bring play. And steady as a rock, the number 3, Junior Benoit, who's been introduced. Looking forward to seal this name here, the number 3. But again, Australia probably knows that the Solomon Islands will come back stronger and this after this break here, so they need to just get more momentum behind it. Their attack and try and get another goal. A third goal will definitely dampen the spirits of the Solomon, but for now, they are chasing everything here. Australia again, good patches of play coming in. Kennedy steals this one back. He tries to find Junior Doropita. Tries to lurk between the charges here. Danford, good touch from him. Coming in for another shot here. Almost like his trademark, but this time not on target. He's got the capability up his sleeves, mate, Henry.
Yeah, no, exactly. We saw it on the first game, eh? You know, it's similar on the similar range as well. You know, he takes a touch and then just, you know, hits it well. So yeah, he does have that in his pocket.
And it's been since a while since I've seen a couple of goals like that. So good to see Danford having a quality of such. Maybe got plenty of time to refine it. And later on, we might see a deadly outfield kicker here for like the likes of Danford. And interestingly, he plays the sevens rugby as well, Henry. So he's a very good player, and he does the kicking as well. So probably just complement him well in that aspect of the game. Well, Solomon Islands now, can they bring something back on the plate here? Abana putting chase here. He wins this one. He checks. He goes back to Kevin Kikasi, who decides to go back to Danford. No one's there. Danford turns again to Kikasi. Good ding. And Kikasi all the way back to newly introduced Junior Benoit. There's 2 juniors in the team now. One is Junior Doropita and the other one is Junior Benoit. One plays at the right back, the other plays at the left wing. Here comes Australia through the number 17, Joey Sikora, always trying to beat the defender here. Lawrence Samo of Solomon Islands. Long one from him, finds Kennedy. Kennedy takes a touch back into his own position. Long ball up here, Jimson Abana putting chase. Here comes Jimson Abana. He's got the goal in front of him. He checks and shot coming in. And oh my, almost find the back of the net, but still not enough. And Australia again on the counter attack here. Decides to go back and start from the back. They build a play. Marcus, rather it's Fraser here. Good ball from him. Now here comes Christian Lombardo, who to me was my man of the match in the first game. Christian Lombardo is now being brought back into the game. And can Solomon Islands bring something here? Can Stephen Mango, who has also been introduced, get something out of this? Oh, long ball here, finds Junior Doropita. Kennedy again, checks, still Kennedy. and decides to play it short. Not a good ball from Kennedy. And these final balls are the most important ones. And very smart player, this one, the number 24, Christian Lombardo. He knows really well, as long as the other ball is in play, you cannot quickly start the game. The small details, they tell you a lot about the player. And Australia through Taj Sorensen. Good to see him back. Build a play from the far side. Here they come. Look out for Joey Sikora. But taken back by Michael Hori. Danford Fiumai, who has been a phenomenal player for Solomon team. Yeah. Oh, Junior Doro Peter almost taking the ball from Australia defender here. Again, it's end-to-end stuff here. Danford again turns, checks. Almost trying to pass through the thread. Not a good ball, and here comes Australia again. And the 18-yard box, and the same story goes to Australia. And we're 5 minutes away from regular 90. And now Solomon Islands, can they build something from this? Kevin Kikasi delayed the ball here, and Australia again. Here comes Locke. The official raised the flag for an offside. And a little bit of clumsy play from both sides, Henry.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, you know, I don't know, towards the end of the game, 5 more minutes to go. Yeah, there's not much possession from each team. I think they rush it a bit too much, I feel. But I think, you know, you expect that, you know, especially for Solomon Islands, they need that equalizer. For Australia, they need that, you know, that goal, that cushion goal, that third one, you know, to see off the game. So, yeah, you're expecting a bit of, you know, end-to-end stuff, to be honest. But again, that's where the errors happen as well.
Solomon Islands through Lauren Samo. Ball in the 18-yard box. I think this will be a corner kick. So a corner kick for Solomon Islands, and 4 minutes to the end of the regular 90. Just one goal here could lift the roof here, Henry.
Definitely.
And that will set the tone again. So here's Kennedy. Over the corner. Sends it in. Solomon Islands going up. Who's this one? He goes, sets himself up in the 18-yard box. Still Solomon Islands. And a 10 here. Oh, the number 3. Oh my goodness. Couldn't get the handle of it. Junior Benoit. And Australia now build a play. And again, Danford Fiumai. He checks. He decides to hold the ball up still. Danford, he turns and plays it over on the far side. Can Solomon Islands get one back here? Kennedy sends it in. Ball comes back. A shot coming in! Over the bar. And it's a corner kick for Solomon Islands. A change of atmosphere here. Perhaps the local supporters singing the song here to motivate the players. Danford to Kennedy. Kennedy, not one player to beat. He goes past one. Coming in, a shot coming in. Oh, lovely save by Cooper Winvest. And my oh my, this is an exciting player here. Number 22 for Solomon Islands. Again, pressure. Not a good ball from Michael Hori. Here comes Australia on the counter-attack. Turning back, Michael Hori making the comeback, and just quite delayed to give the ball out here for the men in yellow. Just need to give the ball much earlier on. And here comes Australia. First time ball, Luke is here, one-on-one with the goalkeeper! Finish well. And that's the goal that will separate both teams. Henry.
Yeah, Alex, I think, I think for me, a great finish, by the way. You know, one-on-one, keep his cool, calm, collected. But again, it's the transition part that the Solomons are quite causing a lot of problems. Yeah, their defensive transition game, their recovery is quite slow as well. And Australia, they punished you when you do that as well. And that is exactly what's happening here. Losing the ball in their own half and not recovering quickly. That's going to pay us as well.
And you can tell the Solomon Islands players, they are quite disappointed in themselves, especially when you have the much better attacking phase of the game and just couldn't capitalize on it. And Danford again with Kennedy. Kennedy putting chase here and hunting it. Oh, Australia almost losing the ball back to Solomon Islands. They do now. Can the men in yellow, probably a consolation goal here. And still game on. About 5 minutes of additional time added on to here. Here comes Solomon Islands, number 11 from the far side. He brings the ball in and almost running towards the goalkeeper by himself. And they back in position here, Solomon Islands. And they come again, and this time around probably didn't have a good break from his recent run. The number 11, Jack Lakapau. And Australia to restart play through Taj Sorensen. Over to Fraser. Taj again. And here we go. Down for Puma. He decides to try and go to his right. Plays it out. And still on play here. They're probably trying to signal to the referee for a foul here, but that's all. Game on. It's not obvious. Cooper Winvest to restart play inside his own 18-yard box. And here they go, playing a throw-in for Australia on the halfway mark. Can Solomon Islands stop another goal, or will Australia put it out of reach again, or an extra goal for them over on the far side? Here comes Joey Sikora over to Corey De Cruz. Decides to go for a shot here, blocked well. And again, Corey takes it back. He's outside the 18-yard box and fouled here by the number 3, Junior Benoit, outside the 18-yard box. And an opportunity for Australia to extend their lead. Over it is Corey De Cruz. And Henry, in such free kick, a goal might just put the nails to the coffin even further.
Oh yeah, exactly, Alex. You know, I mean, I think you know, those set pieces, we talk about it a few times. You know, it's important to have to capitalize on set pieces. You know, they add on to the goals that the team score as well. And I'm sure you know, the Joeys would love to get something off this.
The Cruz sends the ball in. Lawrence Samo takes it down safely. Goes with a quick time play here. There's 2 Australia players coming around. And again, a throw in for Australia will be quickly taken. Now decides to take it easy. He knows they are leading. Christian Lombardo. And here they come. Christian Lombardo takes the ball down. A throw for Solomon Islands inside their own half. And here they come. First time ball. And can they orchestrate something. Can they just get a consolation goal here? Game on. Danford trying to win the ball back, taken back by number 16, Ryan. Taj. Taj again, pulling the strings here. Australia looking dangerous on the far side. Corey goes past one. And the referee decides to call it a foul. And we're less than 1 minute away from the end here. Good game of football, Henry.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think given the last couple of minutes, legs are flying, heavy legs. More fouls coming in. But apart from that, the first half, the second half, there's so much good football in there, especially for the youth players as well. And again, it's going to be a lot of learning for the Solomon boys and a lot of more experience for the young Joeys as well.
And Australia still in their own half, building play. And also, that signals the end of the game here. And much to the liking of the Australian team here. Well, the Solomon Islands, they put on a game, they put on a fight. Perhaps just not up to the task, and for Australia, that's a victory at hand. Henry, your thoughts before I wrap up things?
Mate, I think for me, first of all, thank you very much, PacificAus Sports, for this wonderful event. I know this is one of many to come for this year. And I think, this has bring us again a great start to the year, especially for all football, not just football fans, football lovers, but all the football family in the Solomons as well. And also all the best goes to, the Joeys as well. Thank you very much for coming over and, share the sport with us. It's our passion and stuff. But again, for me, great 2 games. Loved every single moment of it, and thank you again, PacificAus Sports, for the opportunity.
Thanks, Henry, for the commentary box as well. Well, it's full time here, and the Australian Joeys who take the win, closing out this international friendly with a 3-1 victory over the Solomon Islands U team. A strong showing from the Joeys, but plenty of positives for the Solomon youngsters. Moments of quality, resilience, and character against top-level opposition. This match will save us valuable experience as they continue their development on the international stage. From both sides, it's been an entertaining contest and a great showcase of youth football. Final score, once again, Australia 3, Solomon Islands 1. Thanks for joining us. Until the next time, goodbye.